hearing.
Fox 59 will be in court tomorrow for the sentencing.
And our Max Lewis spoke with the prosecutor and defense attorney not affiliated with the case about the verdict and what could come next.
There was a lot of evidence on both sides to support either a guilty or a not guilty verdict.
And this is a case that could very well go back up to a retrial on appeal.
On Friday, the state and the defense will share arguments on the sentence they believe is appropriate for Richard Allen. He faces up to 130 years in prison for the 2017 murders of Abby Williams and Libby German. But that likely won't be the end of the nearly 8 years long case.
This is a case that there are multiple grounds for appeal.
Richard Allen will be advised of his right to appeal his conviction, and he likely will. Then the Court of Appeals will look at the case and determine if he received a fair trial.
I know that the defense attorneys have been making a record of every objection that was overruled and making the argument that their client didn't get a fair trial.
I think some of the things that were kept out of the trial kept the jury from considering them, obviously, and I think they would have made a difference.
Judge Frangall struck down the defense's requests to bring up potential third-party suspects or their alternate theory of the murders, that they were a ritualistic killing involving Odinism. She also kept these sketches Indiana State Police released during the investigation from being shown as evidence during the trial.
Not being able to talk about how the state thought this crime could not have been committed by one person. They thought two people had to be involved. Was really a very significant limitation on the defense's ability to show the jury how the state's theory was flawed.
On November 11th, the jury found Allen guilty of 2 counts of murder and 2 counts of felony murder. They heard 17 days of testimony and weighed hundreds of pieces of evidence.
Considering the evidence that was adduced where you had multiple confessions and the confessions were not inconsistent with the physical evidence, I was not surprised by the verdict.
I think the words out of Mr. Allen's own mouth, what he said about what he did, and the jury choosing to believe that, was probably the most powerful evidence.
Those are confessions the defense tried to keep out of the trial, another ruling that could be grounds for appeal.
Any one single issue that renders the trial unfair is enough to set aside the verdicts and order a new trial.
Whether there's going to be a retrial, it's hard to say, but I know that they're working every way they can to be able to get one.
Max Lewis, Fox 59 News.
Thank you very much, Max. In just a few hours, Fox 59 is taking an in-depth look at the key takeaways from the trial, what it was like to be in the courtroom, what led to the conviction of Richard Allen, and what's next in this case that has gained national attention. Join us for the Delphi murders, the next chapter, tonight at 7:30 on Fox 59.
Officials with the Hendricks County Coroner's